August. I hope you had a good weekend. I'm Stephen Ridgway. There is a flaw in WinRAR, WinRAR being a popular file compression tool, alternative to zip in its various forms. It is caused by lack of proper validation of user supplied input data, and can lead to um, arbitrary code execution on the computer if opening a crafted RAR archive. It's been fixed in version 6.23, and it is not extensively being exploited at the moment. However, because it's hit the news, there will be, I'm absolutely certain, an uptick in the in interest in exploiting this. So if you use WinRAR, or if you have WinRAR installed in your environment anywhere, just make sure that patches have been applied and that you are on version 6.23 or above. Microsoft managed to stuff up the SPF records for Hotmail over the weekend. Potentially the end of last week, actually, but basically, if any of you have been involved in trying to secure email, you'll understand the frustrations of trying to get something like SPF or DKIM or whatever to work properly, so that it both properly authenticates your emails to recipients, or or actually does anything. You see what I mean? You can set the policies can be set to take different actions depending on whether you pass or fail various different sorts of test. And a lot of it is based on understanding whether the mail server that has sent the mail is authorized to send mail for that domain. So that's what SPF does, send a policy framework. If, as appears to be the case here, someone removes servers from the framework, then the legitimate email sent from those servers will have basically results in the recipient's email system making a decision about whether to accept or reject that email, which is one of the weaknesses in the whole system, but that's for another day. It looks like two changes were made. The, the record spf.protection.outlook.com was removed from the record for Hotmail, and there was a change from SPF failure condition from soft to hard, which means suspicious messages from Hotmail should be rejected rather than just sent to spam. Which is one of these quirks about the way this thing works. You set what somebody else's system should do. If it fails, check, and you can say, well, you should hard reject these, or you should do whatever, or you should deliver them to spam, or you should just ignore them. But whether the recipient's email system does or doesn't abide by your suggestions is entirely up to the people who run those systems. So anyway, it's kind of a bit of a messy old way of dealing with these things, but Microsoft definitely made a mistake there. Apparently, it's been fixed, but because of DNS propagation times, which, by the way, global propagation even these days can take 48 hours. It is possible that some emails from Hotmail will be bouncing still. Don't worry, keep trying. It will get itself sorted out. And then finally from me, nice short briefing today. Finally from me, Chrome is going in the next version, which is 117. Is that correct? Yes, Chrome 117 will introduce a feature which will warn you if any of the plugins that you have installed in Chrome have been removed from the Chrome Web Store. Now, reasons for things being removed from the Web Store and why is it interesting? Well, malware gets into any app store or any kind of store one way or another. It's an endless battle to keep the stuff in the various stores safe. A lot of the malware that lives in that tries to get itself into Chrome extensions are aimed to do things like stealing your Gmail emails or your Facebook accounts and the usual sort of stuff. However, if you've installed a malicious extension, even if it's been pulled from the web store, it's still in your browser, so it still continues to work. So I think it's a very useful cross-check that if your browser looks to see whether the extensions still are legitimate and available, it doesn't do anything other than tell you, because there are legitimate reasons why apps may be removed from the web store. The developers may have chosen to cease developing it, or it may have been outdated, or it may have been replaced with something else, or whatever it might be. So Google, and I think quite rightly, Google shouldn't be making decisions about what you do or don't have on your in your browser or on your machine. They should be giving you the information to make sensible decisions, which is what this is all about. If you are interested in this stuff, you can actually test it in Chrome 116 by enabling the browser's experimental extensions module in Safety Check feature. There is a URL in the article which we will link to this briefing. And I shall be applying that myself to a copy of Chrome to see what it does. So hope you have a great Monday. Hope it's the beginning of a good week. And I will speak to you all tomorrow morning.